I've never shared this number before, but with 2025 coming to an end and things being quieter than they usually are, I feel like it's time. So in today's video, and for the first time ever, I'm going to show you exactly what I've spent on AutoTrader over the last 12 months. And hopefully by the end of this video, we can decide and work out together whether we should continue with them or not. That's a huge number. That's massive. Could have paid my mortgage off. Hello and welcome back to more High Peak. Now before I give you an exact figure of the amount of money I've given AutoTrader over the last 12 months, first I need to give you some context. I've been buying and selling cars now for the last 17 years in various countries, but it wasn't until 2015 when I moved to the UK that I finally set up High Peak Autos. When I first set up High Peak Autos 10 years ago, I didn't have much money and I didn't really know which was the best advertising platform to use. Now there were lots of different advertising platforms to choose from, but AutoTrader I'd always thought of as the best. I'd always been a big fan of theirs ever since my dad would bring home an AutoTrader magazine when I was a kid and I'd spend hours thumbing through the adverts. Before we get too far into this, I should probably say I'm not slagging AutoTrader off. I think they're a great company. I don't always agree with their business decisions, but as a company, I'd certainly like to be a shareholder anyway. They've just been around for what feels like forever. They've been around since the late 70s when they were founded by John Medeski. I even remember my dad advertising cars in the mid to late 90s, and in those days it was pretty much just a classified, magazine. But when they started doing photographs, you could get somebody to come out from AutoTrader with a camera, he'd take a picture of your car, then that picture would appear in the magazine when it was published on a Thursday, I think. In those days you could even pay extra and have it appear in colour. So they've certainly come a long way. Before I go off on a tangent, when I set up High Peak Autos in 2015, AutoTrader had gone from classified adverts to, having a massive website. So I made inquiries with AutoTrader, but it was just far too expensive. Back in those days, the smallest or the cheapest package you could have was for maybe 6 or 8 cars, but it came at a cost of £600 a month. And back then, that was the same price as my rent. And I just couldn't justify it. Well, I couldn't afford it for a start. So in the end, I just decided to advertise cars myself using eBay. I didn't bother with AutoTrader at all. But after maybe 3 months or maybe 6 months, I thought, right, I'm doing okay now. I need to step this up. So I took out the smallest package with AutoTrader at £600 a month. And since then, I've just kept increasing the package, and AutoTrader have also massively put up their prices since they started. And now I find myself paying thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds every single month. And now it's got to a point where I just feel like I'm at a bit of a breaking point. I can't continue like this. It's just too much of a cost. Before we continue, I just need to say a massive thank you to today's video sponsor, CarVertical. Now, if you're thinking about buying a used car or motorbike, it's really important that you do a thorough vehicle history check first. And with CarVertical, that couldn't be easier. All you need to do is go to carvertical.com and simply type in the reg or the VIN. And this isn't just a UK thing, it works in 35 different countries. So it'll tell you if the car's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage rollback, or has a stunning finance on it. In addition to that, it's full of other useful information. So it'll tell you the average market value, the spec, the ownership history, the reg plate changes, the MOT history, and a whole lot more. So don't risk it. Make sure you check out your next car using CarVertical. And if you use my promo code HIGHPEAK, that's all one word, HIGHPEAK, you'll save yourself 20% off each and every check you do. It really is as easy as that. Right, anyway, back to AutoTrader. In case you're new to the channel, let me just explain my setup. So High Peak Autos is a small used car dealership, and we have about 35 to 40 cars in stock. We operate from a small site that used to be a petrol station, forecourt and showroom, and we hold about 38 cars. All the cars we have in stock are advertised on AutoTrader, so obviously we need a package that's capable of advertising them all at once. They also provide us with a website, which we pay for, and also a valuation tool. So you get some login details to their dealer portal system, so you can value stock. AutoTrader simply provide us with an advertising platform. So they don't speak to the customers for us, obviously we do that. They just put our cars out there and, advertise them to the masses. I must say as well, their dealer portal system, the back end for our website, is really good. It's very easy to use and you can advertise cars in seconds. So in that sense, I'm quite happy with the service, but it does come at a massive cost. So for example, if I cut the package in half, then I could just rotate the stock. If I'm advertising 15 or 18 cars instead of 38, every couple of days we could just, take that off and put something else on. It's not ideal, but it would save me thousands a month. Or something else I'm considering is just getting rid of AutoTrader altogether. Because over the last couple of months, I've been asking customers where they've seen the advert, and a lot of them, thankfully, come through YouTube or a quick Google search. Not as many customers come through AutoTrader as I once thought. Over the last couple of months, it's only been about 30%, which is a huge amount to pay for such a little return. Somebody asked me in a comment recently on a video, I mentioned that I spent thousands a month on AutoTrader, and they said, well, what's your return on investment? And I didn't know the figure. I roughly know that it's about 25 or 30%, but there's no way of working out exactly my return on that investment, because it isn't linked like that. You advertise a car on AutoTrader on our website and the phone rings. There's no way of knowing exactly where that customer came from unless you ask them. So it's quite tricky, that. It's not like, I don't know, eBay or some other sites where they take the payment so you know exactly where the leads come from. There's no real way of knowing with AutoTrader. I might do something a bit reckless and just do away with AutoTrader altogether. Try it for 3 months or 6 months without them and see if there's a massive effect. The trouble is, as car dealers here in the UK, we become so dependent on them, we're almost frightened to leave. So I wouldn't mind just trying it, really, just to see if I look back with regrets or not. Or, of course, there's the less reckless option of the middle ground, just reduce my package, save some money, and, just rotate the numbers on the website. So there's that option as well. But right now, we're going to log into my bank and see exactly how much we spent in 2025. I think as well, you'll be in for a big shock here, because whenever I tell people the number that I pay every single month for AutoTrader, they're always in a state of disbelief. They can't quite wrap their head around the number, especially when you consider the size of my business. It isn't a big operation. Okay then, right, let me log in. We'll go back to January 2025 here. Got my calculator at the ready. Oh, these are huge numbers, Right, let's start off then. So they always take the payment on the middle of the month, on the 15th usually, or however that falls. So on the 15th of January 2025, my bill was £6,605.77. It's a huge number, that, isn't it? Then 17th of February, same figure again, £6,605.77. Then it was exactly the same figure in March, the 17th of March. That is 6,605.77. So just by March, we'd already spent £20,000 on AutoTrader. I should have nipped this in the bud long ago, shouldn't I, really? Right. At this point then, I reduced the stock because we just didn't have as many cars in stock. So my bill for April was £6,151.19. Then May, I reduced it further, so £5,739.40. Then we've got June, then it stayed the same actually. Right, so we've got June, 5,739.40. Same again in July, 5,739.40. That'd buy me a nice car every single month, wouldn't it? Plus 5,739.40. Plus 5,739.40. 3 more months to go. 5,739.40. That's a huge number. That's massive. Could have paid my mortgage off. Right, do you want to know the exact figure? Just gulped. £71,883.70 in the last 12 months, handed to AutoTrader in exchange to display some cars on the internet for me. It's a waste of money, isn't it, that, I think? Now, if you think I'm only selling maybe 8 or 9 cars a month through AutoTrader, then that isn't a great return, is it? So that is a huge number. It's made me feel a bit sick, actually. It's taking the wind out of my sails. Is that what you were expecting? Let me know in the comments below. Did you expect it to be that high or not? Can you imagine what these huge car supermarkets spend every single year? If my little tin shack in Romley cost me 72 grand a year, what are they spending? Must be a fortune. My mind's made up now. I've seen that number. I need to do something about this. I just don't quite know which way to go. Do I reduce it completely? Let me see what their options are. Do I reduce it completely and save 72 grand a year, or just maybe reduce it by half? I'm very much the mindset that you've got to, nothing comes for free, does it, in this world? So you've got to speculate to accumulate, haven't you? That's the old saying. I don't mind that. If I was earning like 4 times that or something, I wouldn't have any issues at all. But I'm not, so something's got to be done. That figure, thinking about it, is almost quadruple what I pay in rent just to AutoTrader. It just, I don't know, it just stinks of greed really on their part. I saw something on, I think it was a TikTok, I think an Instagram reel or on TikTok or something. I think they make something like 70p on every pound at AutoTrader is pure profit. So it's no wonder that figure's so high, really. This is why when they make decisions that hurt car dealers, I think they forget how much money they earn from us. Right, interestingly, on their website, there's no fee. You've got to request a consultation. So somebody contacts you and tries to sell you the biggest package possible, probably. Right, I've got some thinking to do. In the past, whenever I've tried to reduce my package, you've got to give them 4 weeks notice, so it doesn't have an immediate effect. So when there's a sudden downturn in business, you're no better off. It's like trying to change direction of a shipping container or something. It's too slow. It'd be great if you had a quiet weekend or a quiet week to just be able to call and say, hey, can I just reduce my bill? But it doesn't work like that. You've got to give them 4 weeks notice. But I'm tempted to just do away with it altogether. I know they certainly have the biggest website. I'm always on there browsing, looking at silly stuff that I'm not going to buy. But would I actually notice the difference? If I tried it for 6 months, would I directly lose £36,000? I don't think I would. The other thing is as well, this is why it's so difficult for car dealers to leave. They control my website. So although I own the domain of highpeakautos.com, they control it. So if I left, I'd have to set up a website, which would cost me a couple of grand, I guess. Although saying that, I could probably set one up with Squarespace or something quite easily. But that's something to consider as well. If I just call up and say, right, I'm leaving, the whole thing will just shut down. This is why they sort of create that dependency, which I'm not happy about. They offer a great service and it's very convenient and easy, but that's kind of how they create this control, this dependency. Obviously it comes at a massive price. Anyway, I've got some thinking to do, but let me know what you do in the comments below. That's such a big figure, isn't it? That's going to be on my mind now until I do something about it. I just don't know whether to completely jump ship or just reduce it. Leave that with me then. But yeah, let me know what you do in the comments below. But as always, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. 72 grand. Thank you guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.